about. They did an experiment. They put a man on a chair. No activity, nothing. His brain activity reduced to almost zero. Men blank out. They put the woman in the same chair, doing nothing. Her brain activity increased. She was sitting there wondering, why am I doing here, sitting there with all the things I have to do? Her brain uses more than one side of her brain at the same time. She can juggle things. That's why you can be making love to your wife and she's asking you, is the door locked? Are the children asleep? Because one part of the brain is with you on the bed, the other one is walking about, checking whether they put food back in the freezer. Her brain is restless. A lot of times, women think faster, men think slower. Men think slower and deeper. Men think very slow, but deeper. Women think fast. That's why women don't understand when a man says, I want to go and think about it. She's saying, so as you're here, you're not thinking. Because for her, she talks and thinks at the same time. She's fast. So she's impatient most of the time when she's communicating. If she's asking you something, she wants to answer now. But a man's brain, slow. It's analog. It's slow. You ask him something simple, he will say, I have to go and think about it. Because number one, he can't do more than one thing at the same time. Secondly, he needs time to process the thought. But women think on their feet. As they are talking, they are thinking. I like to counsel women, Pastor. If you counsel women, you'll be very happy. As they are telling you the problem, they will tell you the solution. You won't just be agreeing. They will tell you the problem, tell you the solution, they'll not pay you. Say, thank you very much. This is not this kind of job I want to do. Women, as they are, because women think on their feet. The more women talk, the more they think. But men, if men are talking, they are not thinking. If they are thinking, they are not talking. Men need appointment to think. So I want to go and think. It's an appointment. But women don't understand it because they think on their feet. I'm giving all these many examples to say, if you look well, most of the things that are bringing the main conflict in your home are things that are natural, that won't change. You are the one that needs to change. Change how you see those issues. Women personalize everything. If something goes wrong, a woman just blames herself. No matter who caused it, she first blames herself. She personalizes it. She just sees it as, I must have done something wrong. Something must be wrong with me. It must be my fault. So, I mentioned that we're different. In what ways are we different? I've mentioned the fact that we're different in terms of gender, male and female. We're also different in terms of personalities, okay? We're different in terms of personalities. Generally, in relationships and marriage, we find out that opposites attract. That's what we found out. Opposites attract. When we mean opposite, we don't mean opposite in value. Your values must be the same. But generally, opposites in personality. You will hardly see two talkatives marry, hardly. You always see one talker will marry a good listener. Two talkers don't like themselves too much. When they go on their first date, they say, I didn't enjoy the date. The guy was doing all the talking. He didn't even allow me to talk. When you go out to read talker, he will ask you a question, he will still answer it. He talks too much. So generally, talkers are attracted to listeners. Listeners are attracted to talkers. Listener talks in her mind. She doesn't have power to talk with her lips. So she's happy when she sees somebody that can talk. So when you go on the date, the person does all the talking. Two quiet people too don't like to go on date. Have you seen two quiet people go on date before? Very annoying. Just sit down, say, how are you? I'm fine. How are we? I'm fine. You like your juice? Nothing to say. Two quiet people, horrible. So generally, listeners marry talkers. Spenders marry savers. Usually, opposites generally attract. The outgoing person usually marries the very reserved person. Usually. In fact, they researched and found out that very few times will you see two jovial people marry. Few times. That more times you will see a jovial person marry a moody person. But they said you would never, almost never, see two moody people marry themselves. So they said moody people are not stupid, they are just unhappy. Meaning that as moody as they are, they know they can't marry each other. I'm moody. I'm not marrying you to that moody. So moody people, they know they look out for jovial people. In other words, we look for something different from what we are. So second area of difference is our personalities. The third area of difference is our upbringing. What are some things that cause conflict? I like this arrangement. I like the other arrangement. Sometimes there's no right or wrong arrangement. It's that you think that the way you have known it is the right way. You know the way they cook beans in your house is the official way in your mind. That is the only way beans is cooked nationwide. Because that's what you grew up seeing. Some people grew up in homes where they don't fry meat or fry chicken. As they kill the chicken, they boil it, they serve it like any soup. Some people grew up in homes where you must fry the meat. If those people marry and they're not ready to adjust, they'll say, you gave me meat that is fried. Or they'll say, you gave me meat that is not fried. Your upbringings are different. So when you're coming to marriage, you must come with flexibility. I'll get into how to resolve conflict in a bit. I'm just laying foundations. All right? So all these differences is why we conflict when we talk. You know, in some homes, they greet with shouting. I don't know if you've been to those homes where it seems everybody has a hearing problem. Everything shouts. And they're not angry. Where are you going? Hey. When they are talking, neighbors think they're having a serious quarrel. No. They are happy. But there are some other people in their homes, everybody speaks very gently. They are very polite. You know, some homes, when you wake up, you must greet, everybody greets each other. Good morning, daddy. Good morning, uncle. Good morning. Some homes, they don't greet, they continue from where they continued last week. You just wake up and say, hey, wait that, give me that. You don't greet. Now, if you come from a home where they greet, you say, why are they so rude in this family? They are not rude. They have greeted themselves at the beginning of life. When they met. That greeting is still valid. That's what they are using 20 years into the marriage. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. A lot of things you're fighting about, go and check it. You know, it's just a matter of knowing that your way is not the only way. is done. Praise God. All right, so there are loads and loads of things. I'm trying not to, I have 40 minutes, so I'm trying to pack it in. So how do we start to resolve conflict? Now that we've known these differences, these so many differences, so many of them, how do we start to deal with it? The first thing I'll ask you, the first thing is awareness, which is what I just did now. Be aware. Be aware that, oh, okay, so this is why she does this. This is why he does this. Men are physical, women are first emotional. By the way, I have a book here titled How to Make Love to a Woman Without Touching Her. Please, all men, whether you're single or not, get the book. How to Make Love to a Woman Without Touching Her. Because men are very every human being is made up of 4 parts, okay? Now, biblically and essentially, we are 3 parts, spiritual and body. But for the purpose of this teaching, I have to break it down. So we are made up of 4 parts, okay? For women are first emotional. Secondly, they are spiritual. Thirdly, they are mental. Lastly, they are physical. I'll repeat that. Women are first emotional. Secondly, they are spiritual. Thirdly, they are mental. Lastly, they are physical. That's how a woman's order of arrangement is, her composition. That means she will first react to things emotionally. You get the best out of a woman when she's emotionally taken care of or spoken to or dealt with. When you deal with her emotionally, when you are aware of her emotion. In fact, one of the most common things young couples will complain about wives will say their husband is emotionally unavailable. Men arrangement. Men are first physical. Secondly, mental. Thirdly, spiritual. Then, lastly, emotional. So it's almost opposite. That's why if you notice, men are first physical. If you notice, if you have boys and girls as children, you have boys and girls, you notice that the boys are generally more physically active. If there are boys here and there's stairs here, boys don't come down from this stairs, from this pulpit from here. Am I correct? How do boys come down? They're going to jump. They are physical beings. This is why women don't understand why 80,000 people will gather in the stadium to watch 22 people play football. Sometimes women don't understand. What are people watching? What are people enjoying this thing? Because we are physical beings. Women would rather sit down, watch a soap opera, watch reality TV, watch people talking, watch people fighting, watch people settling matter. Women enjoy that. Do you know, Pastor, that women watch other women doing makeup? Why are you watching somebody doing my makeup? So the biggest pages on YouTube are women watching other women doing makeup every day. The same day. Makes no sense to men. We would rather watch wrestling, watch some physical activity. And you see, I think our schools should even learn this. Because sometimes we put boys and girls together on a seat. Women can sit still while I instill. That means women like to sit down and listen. Men like to do. If you're going to teach men, you must teach them different from how you teach women. Men are physical beings. So if those two beings come together to marry, they will have conflict. She is coming with her emotional expectation. He is coming with physical expectation. That's why a man can have sex at any time. Rent can be due. Landlord just wrote us yesterday, and the man wants to have sex today. The man is wondering, how can you be thinking about sex? We have problem. Because those two things are not related in any way. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Men are physical. They are physical. When you understand this, you will never deprive your husband sex. So to use sex deprivation as a weapon in marriage means you don't understand. Men are physical. Women say, is this all you think about? Yes. Is it food? Yes. Now, women struggle with that because in their own mind, they are first emotional. They believe there are other more important things than sex all the time. In the world of men, they are not more important things. This is very important. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? That's why the prostitute business is still one of the biggest spinners globally. Because men will any day, anytime, pay any price for this need to be met, no matter how angry you are. It's big. Every time you follow money, it's a need you see. Money doesn't follow shouting. It follows felt need. If you know how much goes into prostitution, both full-time and part-time, you'll be amazed. What am I saying? Women are first emotional. So if you want to make love to a woman, you start emotionally. You start with how you treat her. You start with how you talk to her. I canceled a couple pastors some months ago. The husband was very angry. The issue happened months ago, but he was still angry months after. He said they were about to make love. And in the midst of it, things had already started. And the woman said, we need to talk. He was angry. He said, now, I had to now explain to him, she wasn't trying to spoil the mood. She was trying to get in the mood. Because if something is upsetting a woman before, she's not free emotionally to enjoy the moment. She has to get that thing off her mind, off her chest. And she does that by talking. So talking for women is foreplay. Men don't know. Men think foreplay is only when I touch. No, talk is part of foreplay for women. You talk first. You see, but because men are physical, this makes no sense to them. What I'm trying to tell you is that sometimes the need of your partner will not make any sense to you. You learn it. Awareness. You learn that this thing makes it. To you don't see the point. A man doesn't see the point why we need to talk. We want to make love, you talk. How does talk help the matter? It doesn't make sense to you, but you need to learn that how I talk to her in the morning will affect how she performs at night. Women are very emotionally induced. You won't see the best of a woman except you appeal to her emotionally. Women can be anything to you. They can be a great danger. They can be a great blessing, but you must know how to talk to them emotionally. Thank you. When I see men that say, oh, my wife never agrees to anything, I say, your daughter doesn't know how to talk to her. You need to talk to her. You're a man here, you want to buy a sports car. You go and tell a woman, baby, I saw this car, 16 valve, 800 horsepower, something convertible. It makes no sense to a woman. So she's not going to agree. What you tell her is that, baby, as I get to this stage of life, I want to be spending more time with you. So there's this car I saw, only 2 seats. Me and you. We'll drop the top, evening like this, we'll take a stroll and we'll talk. You will buy that car. So don't go and say 16 valve, 800 horsepower. That's what you tell guys. You don't tell women that. That makes no meaning to them. Where are we running to? Appeal to her emotionally. Secondly, she's spiritual. She's spiritual. A woman